Good evening from the Flying Can Ranch in Cedar Creek, Lake, Texas. Sitting on this table right here is a number of braid barrels that I possess that are pretty juicy. Not all that expensive, but I've been just kind of playing with the 300 today. I've got a little range set out there and testing the scopes, trying this one. We're going to move over here though, and I'm probably a little late for this video this year. Every year, or anybody that's watched my channel knows that every year I really talk about buying guns, air guns I should say, or even firearms for your kids for Christmas. So you have a little Daisy over here, pneumatic little pump-up gun, and you have a little Winchester over here. And I would like to say, if you are a parent or a family member, a grandfather, uncle, whatever, and you want to get one of those for a kid, well, you know, a youngster that is, then you need to understand the responsibility that goes with it. So I know these can be bought cheap. They're not all that expensive. And so they want an air gun. But I cannot express enough, highly enough, that you have to be very careful with that. I made a video not too long ago where I proved that I could punch holes in a can at 30 yards off with these two right here. And even this little guy right here, sitting on this rail, is pretty dangerous at a pretty good distance. So, you know, this can cause really severe injury and or impending death as far as I'm concerned if it's in the right spot. So, if you are going to get a child a BB gun or a pellet gun or any kind of gun, then I highly recommend that you be with him anytime he uses it, and it's not accessible to him to get his hands on whenever he wants to. You should really teach your children gun safety. And if you have a family member that's wanting to do this or has had done it, you know, in the past, maybe talk it over with them and come up with a game plan, or just tell them I don't think that's the right thing to do at this time. If it's going to be in your home, I think you should treat it like a firearm. It should be very safely tucked away, locked up in a gun case, whatever. Not only can you cause injury, you can cause injury to other people's pets. You can cause damage to property, which will end up costing you money or even a possible lawsuit. If you had another child with it, a possible lawsuit. You know, you've got to really turn your brain on at this time of the year. So, as usual this year, I wish you all the best, but let's really think about doing these kind of purchases, you know, because both these are pretty readily at any store. You can pick them up online. They're not all that expensive, and, you know, kids ask for this or that or the other, but, you know, there's just things that you got to think about before you do it. And if you are going to do it, like I said, be with them, train them good gun safety. And if you don't know good gun safety, then don't buy one for them unless you know somebody that can teach your son or daughter those kind of traits. So again, I wish you all a very good holiday, but don't make it a tragic one on the holiday or following up by making a very ill-fated purchase. So that's my public service announcement. Y'all have a good one from the Flying Can Ranch. Later.